If you've seen last night's game, you know Jordan Poole went off. He had 31 points, 7 of 11 of his baskets were 3-pointers. Just an insane game from him. And then you have, obviously, Gary Payton II. We all seen that poster dunk on Kelly. Oh my goodness. But I'd argue that the biggest reason they won this game was from their defense. Not just from Gary Payton II, but the excellent defense from Jordan Poole as well. We saw it right away in the first quarter when he contested a lot of shots that LaMelo took, and there were times where he was chasing him down screens and you could tell LaMelo was bothered, but he still got some shots in. LaMelo tried to get himself open here with a step back, but Poole closes out on him very well. Another way he bothered LaMelo was on the inbound pass. Okay, this is one of his 4 steals right here in the first quarter. Bang! Beautiful tip pass from Jordan Poole that gets a fast break started. Now, unfortunately, they ended up missing the fast break, and you have LaMelo here passing it to Terry Rozier, who gets a free off, but Kevin Looney having a bad game in this first quarter. Look at that turnover, a rebound, that's just terrible. But then Plumlee pokes the ball out of Looney's hands and tries to spin dribble away, and it led to 2 extra points off of turnovers for the Hornets. But despite that, the Warriors were still in the game, and you had Poole still trying to harass the players that he was defending. Look at this way he's guarding Hayward off the ball. And then you have great transition defense from Jordan Poole, but unfortunately, Looney still gets beat off the hook shot from Plumlee. And at this point, Kerr has seen enough. He takes out Looney for Gary Payton II, and it makes a big difference. Look at this beautiful steal off of Ish Smith. Oh my goodness. And then Jordan Poole in the paint. Great help making sure that Cody doesn't get an easy 2 points, and Gary Payton doesn't give up on the play and closes out as Washington gets an open free. Now Jordan Poole here, nice job on staying on Bridges so that he doesn't get the ball. He was hot in that quarter, and it leads to Washington breaking a free right here. And then Jordan Poole, now assigned to Cody this time, comes up and helps, but unfortunately he couldn't deflect as Plumlee goes for an easy slam. Look at this beautiful closeout right here. Poole able to recover and take up so much ground. Gary Payton now being subbed in, and look what he does here. Tries to get LaMelo out of the play and succeeds very well, and fortunately for him, Plumlee gets an easy deuce from this improvised play. Now Payton does a great job here pushing Rozier out of the play so that Bridges has no choice but to throw a prayer to end the half. Now look how Jordan Poole guards LaMelo here, going over the screen, and LaMelo has to pass it to Terry Rozier, who beats Curry and puts up a floater over Looney. Well, now it's Terry's turn to be guarded by Poole, and as he tries to do a give and go play with Plumlee, Poole is there to intercept it, so Plumlee has to put up a contested jump shot. Now there were defensive lapses where in this play, Curry gets put on an island with Bridges and he gets it to go for an easy deuce. And as if Draymond Green here almost coughing up the ball isn't enough for you to understand what the result of the next play is going to be, we have a couple seconds later Looney getting the ball and throws an ill-advised pass where LaMelo sees it coming and gets an easy slam off of a steal. But not to worry, as Jordan Poole still in the game, and as Bridges gives it to Rozier, look at how he contests the step back. Beautiful contest, nice. And he somehow manages to not foul him. Now Poole here going over the screen, still tightly guarding LaMelo, and he gets a strip and he steals the ball. Beautiful. Now I have to highlight this play as off the ball, look at what Jordan Poole does here. He cuts off the potential bounce pass to Hayward as he gives time for Curry to close out on LaMelo. Just excellent defense being played here. Now Poole guarding Oubre on the corner, and he pays attention to Mason Plumlee with the ball, and he intercepts the pass to get his first steal of the game. Exquisite. Now although Poole does bite on the fake here, he does a great job recovering and chases Hayward back so that he passes it to Washington, and he gets doubled and contested for a miss. Now as the Hornets take it up to the half court, Gary Payton makes sure that LaMelo is not involved in the play whatsoever, and look at how Jordan Poole contests this beautiful cross move from Bridges. And not to be outdone by Gary Payton, look at this beautiful steal off of Ish Smith again for his second steal of the game. And Jordan Poole almost gets himself a highlight play right there. Woo! Now because of that turnover, Ish Smith now needs a screen from Washington to beat Gary Payton, and he tries to float this in but gets tightly contested and misses. Again, same thing, screen to try to get Gary Payton off of Ish Smith, but he recovers very well to contest this, and Jordan Poole with another steal in the game. And Ish Smith passes it to Oubre because he doesn't want to deal with Payton, and Oubre misses on a contested 3-pointer. Now Ish Smith again dribbling, trying to beat Payton, and he does, but he missed badly on the layup, and it just wasn't his night, as Ish Smith is completely taken out of the play, and Gary Payton contributed to him having a plus-minus of -18 in the game. Payton is now on LaMelo, and LaMelo will need Hayward to give him a screen to beat him off, and then gets a tightly contested reverse layup to go. Beautiful. Same thing develops on this play, but this time Gary Payton goes over the screen and recovers to guard LaMelo, and Hayward has to put up a shot, and he misses badly. This time the Warriors switch so that now instead of Gary Payton guarding him is Draymond, and LaMelo tries to cross him over to try to get an open free, but unfortunately doesn't go in for him. Now as we approach crunch time, look at how Gary Payton closes out on Terry Rozier, getting him to miss on that contested three-pointer. And Gary Payton getting himself rewarded with a third steal of the game. Beautiful steal off of a LaMelo this time. And Jordan Poole gets himself an easy layup to add to his 31 points. Now Kobe Martin elects to pass it to Terry Rozier, seeing that he's guarded by Gary Payton, and Curry gets beat, but Terry Rozier misses badly. Now this has to be the signature play of the quarter, where Gary Payton guarding Bridges gets help from Curry, and then he ends up blocking the shot from Bridges. Now Jordan Poole closes off on Kobe Martin to ward off any three-pointers being attempted. Beautiful, beautiful defense. And this is just beautiful basketball that often goes unnoticed, and it might be the biggest reason why Jordan Poole had a game high plus minus of 28 and Gary Payton at third highest at 18. Now if you like videos like these, consider subscribing, because I'm pretty sure this will get copyright claimed, but I don't mind, as this was a fun video to make, and I just want to appreciate those two for playing such great defense. And I am for sure looking forward to seeing their next games.